In this video then, I'm going to give you a full demonstration about how you can set up a customizable chart of accounts in Xero for property investment. I'm a chartered accountant and property investor, and over the years I've set up dozens of Xero accounts for property investors. So watch in now for a demonstration about how you can set up your customizable chart of accounts for property investment in Xero.
The first thing we're going to do now is we're going to import a chart of accounts. So we're going to click on Accounting, Chart of Accounts. What it shows now is the chart of accounts. So basically for every single type of expense or income, there is a accounting code for it. So what we start off with is the default Xero chart of accounts. It's great for a sort of a typical trading business, but it's not going to be what we need for a property investment company. So what I've done, and I've got a link, put a link in the description to this video, is I've created a customizable chart of accounts for a property investment company. Okay, this assumes that your company is a limited company, and it uses accruals-based accounting rather than cash-based accounting, which some sole trader landlords may use. If somebody is interested in receiving a chart of accounts for a sole trader business, drop a comment in the video, and I'll see if I can put one together for you. I do actually have one which I could share quite easily, but my assumption is most of my clients or most of my viewers want to have a limited company one. But yeah, let me know if I've got this assumption wrong, and I can create one for a shareable one for sole trader landlords. But anyway, here we are. So we've got our default chart of accounts. It basically breaks it down into different categories. So you've got assets, which is things that the company owns. So later, this is where things such as your bank accounts and your property investments will go. At the minute, as I say, it's a default chart of accounts, so we'll have to change that shortly. Liabilities. This shows all the different accounting codes associated with things that the company owes. So all of our mortgages will go in here shortly. Equity. This includes items such as share capital and retained earnings of the business. Retained earnings are basically profits which are then carried forward and can be distributed out of the company via dividends. You've got all your expenses. So expenses are items that the company spends money on to run its business. And then you've got revenue. This is items such as sales. So this is where a company makes money. So what the first thing we're going to do now is we're going to basically import a chart of accounts. And as I said, I've got a link in the video where you can import a chart of accounts for property investment companies. So we're going to do that once you've got that file, you can import it here. So from here then, basically select the file that you've downloaded, which I've shared with you, or a different one if you have a different one to use. Then we click import. It will take us to a page which looks like this. We're going to click confirm. Okay, once we're in here then, it's a customizable chart of accounts which we've imported, so we need to make a few amendments. So the first thing we need to do then is we're going to go through and just edit any of the account codes which need to be amended. So we can just do it from this main page, or we can go into each of the sections. So you'll be able to see as we scroll down some of the kind of ones which need to be amended. So first line, let's see, it's got details of your investment property. So I've just kept it kind of one that you can edit. So it says insert first line of your property address, investment property 1. So what we'll do in here is we'll click in this and edit it. So as you basically buy your properties, you can basically amend this and put in their details. So let's put how I do it. I just put the first line of address for each of my properties in here, just so it's nice and easy to track. So as we said, it was Station Road. Let's put that information in here. We can get rid of the 1. Then click save. See, now it's called Station Road Investment Property. Got the same for the second property. So this is another asset accounting code. So we can change that to the second address, which is Cliff Road Investment Property. We'll get rid of the 2. And a second space there. Click save. We're going to leave the rest of the investment properties blank for now, but they're kind of placeholders that when we go to buy new properties, we can add details in there. I'm going to keep scrolling down. So we've got director's loan account. So I just use, if you've got one, noting this example, we've got one director, so there's one director's loan account for that person. If there's two, then there's a second one there. So let's put this person's details in here. So we said it was Bill Smith. And with director's loan accounts, I do have a more detailed video about director's loan accounts, but basically I use one accounting code for that director's loan account. That makes it really easy to kind of to monitor it over time. So basically any money that Bill Smith as a director pays into the company is treated as a director's loans. The company owes Bill that money back, and equally any money that Bill takes out of the company, which isn't a salary or a dividend, is withdrawn from that director's loan account. So all these transactions need to go under this accounting code. So once we've got that set up, we're going to click save. And the only one we need to do now is just the mortgages. So for every mortgage, I've got a liability accounting code for it, and we'll just edit those now. So the first one we said was Station Road. Click save. And then the second one was Cliff Road. So let's put that in there now. We've got some placeholders there for further mortgages as we set them up, but we don't need those right now. Worth just showing you some of the kind of expenses that I put in here. So if you go into revenue, previously it said kind of sales, now it says rents receivable, which is more applicable to a property investment company. We've also got revaluation of properties. So when we look to revalue them, it's got a specific accounting code for that. Go to expenses. I've basically used the kind of traditional expenses that I kind of experienced as running my own property investment company through Xero, but also managing my clients' Xero account as well. So you've got marketing and advertising, bank charges, subscriptions. So things, for example, such as software that you sign up for on a kind of monthly recurring basis would go in here. Utility costs. So when you're spending money on utility bills, if you've got a void, that would be this accounting code. Furnishing costs, if you're, say, for example, leasing furniture, would go in here. If it's I've got a different accounting code for if it's furniture which you purchase, which needs to go onto the balance sheet. You've got letting professional fees, so when you're spending money on your agents. Council tax, so again, when you've got voids, there's a accounting code for a council tax going there. Service charges and factor fees, so if you're letting out flats, apartments, ICO, so the Information Commissioner's Office, that's a kind of regular expense you're going to have, so it's got its own accounting code. Insurance, accountancy fees, sundry goes for other things that don't necessarily don't neatly fit into anything else. Telephone and Wi-Fi, that's just to name a few of the accounting codes which are got in here. So basically it should be everything you need to get started, but the good thing about Xero is if you don't have something you need, you can just click add account. You can add details of what it is. As long as there's a free code within Xero, you can create a new account. So it's really straightforward to do, and so you can make it customizable to suit your needs. And again, if any of the ones I've put in here as default don't work for you, you can amend them as well. So just click in one, change the name of it, change some of the information as required. But okay, what we've done now is we've set up our chart of accounts for property investing.
Hopefully you found this video useful. If so, please remember to like and subscribe for further content. In the description then, I've got a link to a chart of accounts which you can download, which is customizable. Use it for your property investment company. Make sure you go in the description and download your copy now. And if you enjoyed this video, you're going to love this next one I've got for you, which is a full step-by-step guide on how you can set up your property business on Xero today. Watch the video now.